I've been lately receiving questions about first time sex and about approaching the experience of having sex for the first time as a virgin, male or female. And since this is indeed a very important topic, let's have a chat about that today. I'm going to give you 10 crucial principles to keep in mind when you're thinking about having sex for the first time. My name is Helena Lista and I am your favorite sexologist online, and this is where I answer all of your questions about sex. So let's cover the basics first, and one of them is the legal age of having sex in your country or in your state. And this is important because people typically lose virginity when they're fairly young. However, not always. There are also many people who lose virginity in their 30s or 40s, in which case you're definitely of legal age, but you need to make sure that your partner also is. Second very important principle is consent. And similarly to the legal age issue, this one also could get you in trouble. So make sure that the consent is clear and clearly expressed. Having sex with a partner who did not consent to it is called rape, and it could land you in prison. So make sure that you're both sober, because the influence of alcohol could make either one or both of you unable to actually express consent. It's also a good idea to actually date each other first, to get to know each other and to start developing an emotional connection before having a sexual experience together, because it will make it much more likely that having sex together will be actually a positive experience for both of you. But whether you've been dating each other or not, make sure that the consent is there, and if there's any doubt in your mind about the consent part whatsoever, make sure to ask. Make sure that the consent is expressed verbally by both of you. You should definitely educate yourself around the risks of having sex with someone. And the main two things to think about is risk of pregnancies and risk of catching a STI, a sexually transmitted infection. So it's crucial to think about how you're going to protect both yourself and your partner from getting pregnant or transmitting an STI. Condoms are typically a very good solution because they protect from both. However, there are different contraceptive methods that only protect you from pregnancies and not from STIs. Please also remember that you could get infected not just through intercourse, vaginal intercourse, but also through anal sex, through oral sex, or through other different kinds of touch where your bodies are in contact, there's skin-to-skin contact, and where the bodily fluids are being exchanged. So if you're having different sexual partners over a certain period of time, even if you are using protection every single time, it is still a good idea to get tested on some kind of regular basis. Let's talk about sexual education. And no, I am not talking about the kind of sex ed that you got or didn't get in school. That is hugely insufficient, inadequate, and is not going to help you or equip you with tools needed to have good, positive, satisfying, or even orgasmic and blissful sexual experiences. You will need to do your own research. You'll need to watch videos like the videos available on my YouTube channel. You'll need to read articles, you'll need to read books. You might even want to go to workshops on the topic of sexuality, or see a sex therapist or a sexologist that will answer your questions and fill in the any gaps in your knowledge about sex. Also, I do currently have two very powerful, very amazing online courses available at a discounted price as a part of my Christmas promotion, How to Pleasure Her and How to Pleasure Him, which will guide you step by step and teach you everything you need to know to be the most exquisite and amazing lover. So make sure to check them out. You'll find the links and the discount code in the description bar below. Make sure to masturbate. I bet that's not a piece of advice you hear very, very often. But masturbation is not only an amazing way to give yourself pleasure and relax and release stress, etc. It's also a source of a lot of information about your body, your erogenous zones, and what you want, need, and desire in bed with your partner. So masturbating and touching your body on a regular basis will mean that you will be able to guide your partner and yourself to an amazing, wonderful, shared sexual experience together. Talk to your partner about sex. The importance of communicating about sexuality, about your shared sexual experiences together is crucial, and there's just no other way about it. Yes, I know talking about sex can be scary, can be intimidating, can be embarrassing, like I get all of that. But the sooner you start accepting sex as a normal, healthy, and natural topic of conversation in your relationship and in your life, the easier it will be for you to have and to give to your partner the kind of erotic experiences that you both dream of. And if you're wondering when you should be talking about sex with your lover, well, you should be talking before, so that you both can discuss the expectations, the desires, the needs, the insecurities, the uncertainties about the sexual experience together. You should be talking about sex during. You should be checking in with each other, getting feedback, finding out how things are going, what could be changed, what is going well or not well for your partner or for yourself. And you should be also talking about sex after sex. Discussing together the sexual experience that just happened between the two of you can be an amazing source of knowledge about each other, so that all your future sexual experiences together can keep getting better and better. A very important part of entering the world of sex as a newcomer is recognizing that there is no such thing as what should happen during sex. In sex, there's no shoulds. There's nothing that absolutely needs to happen. There's no model or mold that both of you need to sort of bend yourself to and into in order to satisfy some kind of externally imposed requirements. No, that does not exist. Your sexual experiences and your sex life together, in fact, is your creation, is your co-creation, and it should be hugely informed by your particular and individual needs and desires. Sex can be a lot of different things, and I know that typically when people think about sex, they're picturing penis repeatedly going into the vagina. But that's just one form of sex. That's just one kind of sex, and there are thousands of others. So don't ever let anybody tell you what you should or should not be doing in bed with your sweetheart, whether it's your first time or whether you've been together or having sex many times before. Sex can look like many different things, and it's up to you to decide what your sexual experiences look like. This is a very important one. Trust your body. Go slow. Keep checking in with yourself. Does it still feel good? Am I still wanting to continue whatever is happening? Is this okay with me? Or do I actually feel like I want to stop or change things? And I particularly wish somebody told me that when I was a virgin and when I was having my early sexual experiences, because I had no idea. I seriously thought that I was just supposed to allow my partner do whatever they wanted to do, regardless of how that felt to me or how painful that was to me. Because of that, I was actually raped by my first partner many times during the 2 years that we were together, simply because I had no idea that I could have an agency over my body, that I could say stop, that I could say no, that I could say this doesn't feel good, we're not going to continue, we need to change how this is happening and how this is going. And while I admit that is a pretty extreme case, but still, please don't repeat my mistakes. Listen to your body, trust your body, and go as slow as you need to. And on the other hand, never force things and never pressure your partner to do anything that they are not ready or not prepared to do. Sex should continue to flow between the two of you as an experience that is pleasurable, enjoyable, that you both keep consenting to. Remember here that just because consent was expressed at the beginning, it can still be changed during the experience. Your partner has a right to say, we stop here, or I don't want to go any further, or this is enough for me, or any version of that. And you absolutely have to listen to that. Please don't ever try to break their boundaries or cross their boundaries. You'll very likely end up hurting them physically, emotionally, or mentally, and you'll be breaking the law. And finally, let's have a quick chat about hygiene, which is very important if you want your bodies to touch each other, or your partner to touch you, or you to touch them in all sorts of different fun and intimate and pleasurable ways. Personal hygiene is definitely crucial for having an enjoyable sexual experience together. So it's best to either have a shower before you have sex together or start touching each other, or if that's not possible or not practical, make sure to at least pop out to the bathroom to wash different crucial bits that will be used and that will be in play very soon. This is so important that in fact your partner or your lover might choose to not be intimate with you anymore purely because of your insufficient personal hygiene. They might like you very much, they might enjoy being in your company very much, but if your personal hygiene is lacking, that might actually be enough of a turn-off for them to say, no, actually, I don't want to have sex with you ever again. So don't jeopardize your sex life and make sure to keep yourself clean, fresh, and smelling nice. And that includes wearing fresh, clean clothes and particularly fresh underwear. I hope that was helpful. Please make sure to leave any other questions in the comments below that you might have about this topic. And make sure to check out my online courses because you can currently enroll in both at a discounted price. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time.